Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Moletrap here, coming at you with another StarCraft 2 commentary. That is something that you guys have not heard on this YouTube channel in a long time. I know, and I apologize for the time off. I've been casting tons and tons of games, of course, in the meantime, at the GSL and, of course, at the NASL. Last week, did the playoffs with Diggity. That was a lot of fun. And so now I'm back trying to get things back onto my YouTube channel a little bit more, and I hope you guys enjoy this stuff. This is going to be a game between Strelok, the blue Terran at the top right hand corner, and Morrow, the red Zerg at the bottom left hand corner, and I am super excited to see what happens between these two guys. A little bit of chat going on. This is from the Go4SC2 Cup. It's an ESL event and that they do every week, I believe. And Morrow saying that he won the Home Story Cup. Sorry if that's a spoiler for anyone. That's a spoiler for me, actually, ironically enough. Anyway, this is going to be a good game. These two guys are some of the top players in the world, and I do not just mean outside of Korea, but in the actual entire world. These guys have been owning it up in the NASL. You can see both these guys in the NASL finals, actually, if you're interested in that. So these two guys, very top level players. And really looking forward to seeing what happens there. Morrow playing for the mouzESports, clan. And imba is another team, which is, you sometimes see it called FXO imba. It's another team sponsored by the same people that sponsored, of course, the FXO team, although it's actually a different team. It's got different management and everything else, so it's not really this, it's not like a sub team or anything like that. It's kind of like the European version of the FXO team. Anyway, let's get back into this game here, though. After all that talking, Strelok opening up with some gas first. He's going for a single marine. I'm interested to see what he does with this gas. Probably going to go for a quick factory. Morrow, on the other hand, opting for quick gas as well, and he is, of course, going to be building his research of the metabolic boost and then taking those drones right off gas. Sorry for the FPS issues here, by the way. Usually don't have any issues with this settings, so if it persists, if the problems persist, then I'll go ahead and do something else. And there's the factory going down a little bit later than I would have anticipated. He had the money in the bank, but Strelok getting that factory down and going for a second refiner, so he is probably not going to be expanding off this. Looks like Morrow has been wanting to expand for a while. He's been up near 300, but of course, once that spawning pool pops, if you can at all possible, you want to make that queen first, so he's going to go ahead and make that queen. The queen actually doing more for... Oh, that's kind of interesting. He's putting his queen up here in this corner. I guess maybe it's so it can't... I'm not sure why exactly, actually. I made it just a couple Zerglings. This is something that, if I'm not mistaken, is very indicative of Morrow's style. He likes to just get a couple Zerglings, just enough that he can get some scouting out. And the less Zerglings, the better. And the reason why you get the Zergling speed, by the way, I've heard some people kind of talking about this lately. Okay, so why do you get the Zergling speed, you know, if you're not going to get any Zerglings? And that does make sense. I mean, you could get a better economy, but the thing is you're not sure what the Terran's going to do. This is my interpretation of it, at least. I'm not certain, you know, if this is the best interpretation, but the way I see it, you know, from a Zerg perspective, you want to have that Zergling speed ready to go just in case, because he has no idea. Let's look at his vision right here. No idea what's going on in Strelok's base. Could be any number of things coming out of his base very soon, so you want to have Zergling speed, so if you spot with these two Zerglings that are looking at the front, all of a sudden a bunch of Marines or something comes out from behind this wall. It's some kind of a rush. You want to be able to make a bunch of speedlings. You can't wait and start the speed upgrade when you see an attack coming. You need to have it there beforehand. And here is, in fact, an attack. Lots of Hellions coming down here. They are not Blue Flame upgraded. He's actually going to follow it up with Cloak Banshees. A very strong timing attack here. Now, because he does have that Zergling speed. Oh, my goodness. Sorry about that. Anyway, here come those Hellions trying to get up that ramp, and they're going to be thwarted. They probably could have if they really wanted to. Whoa, some major lag going on there. Sorry about that again. If they really wanted, they could run up past that queen, but they might just get killed up there. So they're just going to do what damage they can Again, very smart by Strelok. This is the kind of thing Strelok likes to do as well, is not really waste those units if he doesn't have to. Just trying to get some pot shots off. Most of his Hellions at high health. Sorry about that noise in the background, by the way. I had an episode of the Colbert Report paused on my other screen, on my other computer, and it decided to unpause randomly there for a moment. So anyway, Hellions coming in here. Rose getting a couple free Zerglings. He's got a couple Banelings morphing in. Those are actually going to do very well against... And wow, the Hellions taking down a Queen. A large pile of charred ashes there, and this... Oh, I think that exploding Baneling might have gotten some damage on those Hellions. He needs to be careful, though. If he takes a few Baneling hits, if he gets surrounded, could be really bad for those Hellions. These Hellions doing major damage, though. And, wow, Morrow really forced back up into his main base. Not able to get out of his main base at all. Strelok, in the meantime, getting Banshees as well. Here comes the first Banshee. I don't know if Morrow has anything to do with this. He's been going for Roaches. No lair at all. Once he sees the cloak, he's probably going to leave the game, to be completely honest. There's the cloak, and are we going to see a GG? No, he's going to keep going, even though he doesn't have any Evo Chamber. His lair isn't even started yet. He's going to go for one last attack. Massive amount of Roaches and some Banelings alongside to try and do some counter damage. And look at this, he's actually producing a ton of drones back at home. He needs to resupply those drones. He's not going to try and go for an all-in. I don't think this is going to work. I guess he's just going to try and wait for this Banshee to run out of energy and then try and effect a counterattack. And here he is moving across the map, though. That is a lot of Roaches, though. And these Hellions are going to have a hard time defeating those Roaches, but they are going to be able to hide behind that depot. Is the Zergling going to block the depot? No, the Zerglings run away. He's going to be able to get behind the depot. He needs to lift that up. And he doesn't. And some of the Roaches get in, but Morrow seeing the bunker. GG's, and just too many Hellions. Roaches, of course, very good against Hellions, but not good enough when there's that many of them and they are blocking you from getting in to do any major damage and get any good positioning. Anyway, very well played by Strelok. A nice little one-base attack. And, of course, behind it all, this Banshee had 14 kills on it and was just getting more and more and more. So, I mean, if that had failed but he'd done some damage, Morrow might have stayed in the game if he had an economy still, but with the Banshees following up, he didn't. So, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. Thanks very much for watching, and look out for more solo commentaries here on my channel in the near future.